I want to talk a little bit about cadence and playing with timing and distance. A lot of fencers focus a lot on speed and think that good fencing is fast fencing. But really, speed, as is perceived in a fencing bout, often comes down to distance, to playing with distance, to how big your steps are, to how you vary the size of your steps, and to how you play with timing and pacing with some of the steps we talked about with your check steps and retreat check steps and gaining on your lunges. So when you're facing an opponent and you're moving back and forth, you can do a lot of different things with your footwork. So you're following each other and keeping distance, and a lot of those steps might be shoulder width apart, but you also have a lot of tiny steps that you're taking and larger steps that you need to take at certain times. So while many fencers might perceive speed as someone who's moving quickly all over the floor, that's still really predictable. Another way you might perceive speed is if I'm taking little steps and all of a sudden I take one big step, it's speed. But it isn't. There's nothing faster about that last step. It's just bigger. And maybe I took it at the right time. Maybe I took it after I made another move to put my opponent off guard. But really, the secret to speed is controlling distance, is cadence, is varying not just how fast you move, but more often how big your steps are, and then also whether you use certain deceptive maneuvers like a check step, where you know your opponent expects you to move forward and you instead move backwards. So that time it takes for your opponent to realize what's going on is also an edge, a type of speed that you gain for yourself. So there are a lot of distance exercises you can use, but really concentrating on footwork, practicing footwork, facing off with partners in exercises just like what we just did will help you get great control over your own distance until you feel really comfortable playing with cadence in your own fencing game.